the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to my channel. It's your girl Nesha here, back in the cut once again. Welcome to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and commenting on all of my videos. You are greatly appreciated, alright? So today we're going to review Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season 8. Not exactly sure what episode we're on, but I will put it in the title as well as on the video for you guys. Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and start at the cabin. Now, we left off last week with Sierra confessing that she done cheated on BK. And so now BK is all in his feelings because he found out that he done got cheated on. But my thing is, boo, you need to calm that down a little bit, especially all that crying. You look a damn fool because literally you cheated and had that girl looking crazy, and so now you in your feelings because she done did it to you. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, but I just don't understand why you crying. What you crying for? You did it. And so, you know, we had this moment of Rashida and Kirk. I guess they the pillar couple, the pillar black couple, I guess. I don't know. Because they're giving all this advice to them and telling them about what they need to do and how they should handle things. And I get it. They've been married a while. And, you know, Rashida has also talked about how she's cheated in the past as well. So they're trying to school these young folks on what needs to happen in relationships to build a good, strong one. I get it. Let's not just use them as the ideal couple because they got their own you know, stuff going on as well. Okay, anyway, they're sitting here at this cabin, and she's over here trying to help all of these people with their relationships. I'm like, Rashida, you're not really out of your darkness yet, so you can't just be trying to pull everybody else up out of there. I just found that quite odd that BK is crying. I wanted to throw something at him. Like, what the hell you crying for? Okay, now we get on the topic of Karlie and how Karlie seems like she's trying to sabotage Young Jock's relationship with Kendra. And so y'all already know that misery loves company, and I literally said that last week. I'm like, look, you over here feeling some type of way, and now you want everybody else to be miserable with you. And I felt like you needed to keep that negativity all to yourself, okay? You don't need to bring that to this cabin and trying to get everybody else down. But it seemed like she was a bit successful. Okay, even though Kendra and Jock were able to make it, you know, make amends or whatever, she still got BK and Sierra all in their feelings, and Sierra talking about leaving him, but I think they still together, so you know, whatever, child. Rashida brings Karlie down, and then Karlie feels like, you know, that she don't feel like she did anything wrong. She feels like she was just asked a question, and this was her way of trying to make Kendra feel secure in the fact that her man has not cheated on her, but they were flirting. And then it escalated to where Kendra and Karlie are about to fight. And so Jock is, you know, as he should, he's trying to keep Kendra calm and telling Kendra, look, you're beyond this. You're literally, your vocabulary is way bigger than hers, basically trying to insinuate that Karlie is done, which pisses Karlie off. So then Karlie has to throw a doggone shoe towards Kendra, and then she almost hit Bambi. Apparently she almost hit her. But my thing is, first of all, I felt like the way that Karlie handled it was all wrong. But again, she's hurting and she wanted everybody else to hurt with her. And, you know, Kendra just fell for the bait. But I thought she would be a little bit stronger than that. But at the end of the day, there are some things that just piss us all off. Some things that we just cannot control, okay? So that ends up happening. She throws the shoe towards Kendra, trying to hit Kendra. Almost hits Bambi. Bambi gets a little bit pissed off in her feelings, as she should have. And Jock ends up walking away and saying he's good on all this. Now, I understand Jock's frustration. He's trying to maintain this good, healthy, new relationship. You know, he loves the fact that Kendra is completely different than what he's used to, and that she's holding him on his craft, and that she's trying to make a better man out of him. He loves that. But then he also doesn't like the fact that she's allowing Karlie to get under her skin. And I think that Kendra should have been a little bit smarter about this, especially knowing that, listen, this girl is only miserable. First of all, she's here with freaking Shakana. She's not here with her man, okay? When her man came, she got into it with him. She was arguing outside. I know you heard that, okay? So this is a woman that's already in her feelings, okay? And right after she talked to you about Young Jock, she started to cause mess with Sierra and BK. So why are you allowing this woman, you would think she'd be a little bit smarter than that. Why are you allowing this woman to drive a wedge between your relationship with Jock? I thought it was quite crazy, so that's why I understood Jock's frustration. He's like, look, I'm trying to tell this girl, look, that was the past. We not here no more. We doing bigger and better things, you know. She want what we have, and that's just the the freaking truth. That's the truth of the matter. So she wasn't seeing that, and he was like, look, I'm just getting frustrated with all of it. I'm just good on everything. On to Erica, her mom, and Mama D. They're sitting over at somebody's house, child, and they're talking about her twin babies and how they're sharing a placenta. I forget the name of it, but they talk about that and how she has to go see the doctor, I think a little bit more frequent than most, which would consider her a high-risk pregnancy, but don't quote me on that. I'm just, I watched it one time. I'm trying to go off of what I can remember, right? We also get on the topic of Bambi and Lil Scrappy and how that relationship is kind of dry. They do co-parent, but she does not talk to Bambi, and because Bambi doesn't talk to her, it seemed like Scrappy started to talk to her for a little bit, then he fell off because of his girl that's not talking to her. Another big childish situation, but Erica wants to get past this. She does want to talk to Bambi and Scrappy so that they are able to all co-parent together and just move forward and just grow up. And I understand it. It could be very, very frustrating, especially when one party wants the other party to grow up, okay? But some people are just not on your level, and she's starting to see that, especially later on when we see that Bambi ain't even interested in talking to Erica. It's like, girl, you got the baby, you got the man. Why are we still upset? What are we pissed about? There's still a baby, Imani, that has to deal with both. And, and Mama D was saying she has to be the one. She has to be the glue to keep everything together when one don't want to talk to the other. So that's what their frustrations are. And she's telling Erica that she's going to try to talk to Bambi so that way they can get all on the same page. Okay, so now we're back at the cabin, and Karlie read and finally made her way downstairs. And when she comes downstairs, she wants to talk to Bambi. Now, Bambi has drug on the fact that she almost got hit by the shoe. It was thrown in her direction. She was literally sitting right next to Kendra when the shoe was thrown, okay? And so when Karlie comes downstairs, she's like, I keep hearing you talking about you almost threw a shoe at you. And she's like, but you did. And she's like, I didn't throw it in your direction, but I was sitting next to her, so you did. So that happens, right? And so then Karlie gets to talking about the real reason why she's down there. She feels like she's being bullied and how everybody wants to take shots at her. She's bamming on her chest like she's some damn gorilla. And then people are looking at her like she's crazy. Sierra said, look, friend, you scaring me. Again, Karlie is just going through whatever she's going through. She's miserable. She wants other people to be miserable with her. I don't really think that she wants to go through life like this. But just so happens she done had a miscarriage. Her fiance, she done broke it off with him. She is going through a lot, so she wants everybody else to go through what she's going through. Is it fair? Hell no, especially not on a 19th anniversary trip that's supposed to get all couples together and just kind of like shed light and blessings on them and give them good advice. It's not supposed to go like that on this trip. This trip was supposed to be a good, happy trip. And Karlie is turning it into her sad fest. Later on, Rashida goes upstairs and talks to her, and she's like, look, you just gotta, take what you got, roll with it, basically. You gotta just move on. You can't just be stuck in this. You can give them a chance, give them a chance. If not, don't, but don't just sit here and be in this pity and this mess and in this sadness because you feeling the way and you're bringing it to everybody else. I'm like, listen, Karlie, if that's how you really want to feel, be that way. Just don't bring me down with you, okay? Pooh and Mimi actually have a sit down at somebody's spa, and the purpose of the sit down is because Mimi want Pooh to understand that she was wrong for how she had Shay Mack, a grown ass woman, go over there to the party DJ and actually expose Karlie's real age. But Pooh said she wanted the fiance to know that your girl is old and she can't carry a baby. That is far from the truth. It has happened. It can happen. Okay? And so, Mimi is like, seriously? She's like, yeah, like she's around our age and she over here, her fiance needs to know that she can't carry a baby. And I'm looking like, Pooh, you actually sound crazy at this point. You haven't produced no real receipts that you done slept with this lady. You literally trying to make her life a living hell because she doesn't want to be your friend. You're a grown-ass woman that needs to move on with your life and stop trying to befriend somebody that does not want to be a friend with you. Like, just leave it alone. People grow apart. It's normal. So for you to be steady trying to embarrass her and expose her, it makes you look stupid. But anyway, through this meeting, she decides that she's going to have a cocktail party to where all of the girls can come and see her in a different light, because she doesn't want them to look at her in that way. While she will not apologize, she does think a conversation needs to be had with Karlie. Back at the cabin, and so Rashida comes up with a good exercise to where everybody creates a little boat, a paper boat. They write on this boat all of the things that they want to leave behind at the cabin, okay? And so everybody starts writing little things down like fear, weight loss, or baby weight. People were talking about procrastination, anxiety, all things of that sort. So everybody just came up, they put all their stuff on a little boat, they went out to the lake and they just let that thing roll, okay? So everybody pretty much participated in that. But Sierra and BK, we basically see that they're just not on the same page and it is not looking good for them. But for the most part, Rashida and Kirk were able to get everybody else together, okay? So then later on, we go back to the cabin with Karlie Red, and Mo is there. So as Karlie is walking upstairs, she sees these rose petals or whatever. She gets in the room, she sees Mo. He has rose petals shaped like a heart. It's real cute, romantic. He basically says he apologizes for not communicating with her the way he should have. And I agree, you know, yes, communication is awesome. It is what is the basis, the foundation of the relationship. You have to communicate, you have to talk to each other. When you found out about the other girl, you should have, or the other potential baby, you should have just talked to Karlie and let her know. So he's basically saying, look, I agree, I understand, I'm sorry, can we do better? I need you in my life, I love you, you make me better, all that good stuff, okay? And so then Karlie, at first she scared me a little bit, didn't seem like she was going, it seemed like she was going to go off on this whole rant. And she didn't. She surprised me. She held her own. She said, look, I understand. I love you. I forgive you. And so they're going to move forward. So I'm really happy with her. She says that she wants to be happy. Now that Karlie's happy, everybody else can be happy. Tokyo and Akbar is invited to this event. It's some type of event in Bankhead or whatever. And so Tokyo performs first and everything looks right. You know, she gets up there, she blows the stage. Spice is out there, you know, that's her #1 fan. She's sitting out there supporting her girl or whatever. And so then after Tokyo sit down, we see Akbar V walk up. I think she talked to Shay Mag, but I can't remember, y'all. So anyway, Akbar V walks up. She's to perform next, okay? She starts the performance. She does pretty decent. And then before you know it, she wants to start throwing out bars and metaphors. So she drops the beat and she starts rapping. Now, Tokyo is sitting there with knowledge that Akbar feels some sort of way about her being on a track with Monique. Y'all remember that from last week. So she's like, okay, everything's good. You know, Tokyo was maintaining her own. She wasn't tripping. She wasn't feeling no type of way because she doesn't even understand why Akbar has a problem with her. So she's sitting there, and before you know it, Akbar starts throwing shots and shooting slugs and shit like that. Y'all, let me go ahead and show y'all this clip right here.
Bitch, you not half of me. I birthed these young bitches. I'm your mother, you my daughter. Go in. It's curfew, bitches.
First of all, bitch, put a name on it, ho.
I be talking to you, punk ass hoe.
Put a name on it, ho.
Tokyo realizes that these shots are being shot at her, and so she's like, yo, put a name on it. If that's your issue, if you have this issue with me, put a name on it. And so then Akbar V is going back and forth with her. They doing all of this, and before you know it, Tokyo trying to get over that to Akbar, but you know them, they are not going to allow that to happen. Okay, super security is on the way. And then before you know it, Spice done took off her shoes and she done ran. Let me tell you, Spice is with the shits, honey. Spice be ready. If she ride for you, she is ready. Spice took off them heels. She ran across that couch and she tried to get to Akbar. And so we know that they're going to have some issues. And not only that, remember back when, like a few episodes ago, when Shay Mack tried to expose Karlie and Spice was trying to fight her. I feel like Akbar could have handled it better. You sit up there, you shoot these slugs at this girl. Of course, she's going to take offense to it. Unless you felt like Monique didn't talk to her. But then why the hell would that not happen? Because her and Monique are really cool, okay? So, you know, instead of you putting a name on it, and your whole basis is because she's not from Atlanta and you're supposed to be the queen of Atlanta and people got to come through you and you grew here and people flew here. Like, girl, grow up and get over it. Okay, please get over it. You coming off to me as you're a little bit jealous. Mama D goes over to Scrappy and Bam's house because she's trying to get this meeting together. She wants them to all be able to talk. Scrappy, Bambi, and Erica. Y'all need to be able to co-parent. Y'all need to be able to coexist. Y'all need to be able to work this out for the sake of Imani. And so I understand it. I get where Mama D was coming from, but it seems like Bambi is just not here for it. Bambi she feels like everything is working the way it is, and I beg to differ. I think that with that tension there, it's gonna always be an issue, regardless whether it's working right now. I need y'all, and I know people gonna move on their own accord, but I'm just saying, I need y'all to try to get it together, okay? You know, because like Mama D said, when y'all are not talking and when y'all don't want to deal with each other, I have to be the one in between. Now, what happens if she's not there and she can't do it? You know, so I feel like this is the perfect time to get it together, you know. Obviously, Scrappy done moved on. You got a baby with him, you know. So let's just go ahead and do better about ourselves. And let's communicate. Because for you not to communicate, it means there must be some feelings there, some love there, some emotions there. And we need to put those aside for the sake of the child, okay? But Scrappy and Bambi beg to differ. They feel like it's good how it is. They don't need to do anything different. Then Scrappy said that he pays the government, and then the government pays, or he pays the state, and then the state pays Erica. So he doesn't feel like he needs to do anything different. Sierra and Akbar go out and they meet, and they're talking about this whole event that happened in Bankhead, and she's trying to understand why Akbar would do that. It's definitely not professional. It's not cool. You trying to start issues with people. Why are you acting like Akbar instead of Valerie? Okay, basically you're just starting crap. And Sierra's like, look, I have to be in the middle of y'all, and so this is why I have an issue. I don't want either one of y'all to have any issues right now. And then Akbar is like, well, I was just over there rapping, and you know, I'm just spitting bars, and she could have just spit bars or whatever. She didn't have to, you know, do all that. I was trying to remain professional, but then they came for me, and it's like they came for you because you were shooting shots and you didn't want to put a name on it. Okay, that's why they came for you. Stop playing. And then she feels like she wants Sierra to pick a side, but then I felt like that was childish because Sierra, she does not need to pick a side. You need to grow up. What is your issue with Tokyo? You acting like you really own Atlanta and you don't. And that's what Sierra is like, what are you talking about? Anybody can rap here if they want to. You don't own it. And you're talking about, I just don't got my key yet. You will not get it acting like that. Last but not least, Pooh has this cocktail party that only Karlie Red and Mimi showed up for. And the reason why is because Karlie Red says nobody messes with her because she's full of crap and she starts mess and all this other type of stuff. And I'm thinking, whoop-de-woo, Karlie, because you about messy too, okay? But then Karlie starts talking about Sierra and BK and how she was wrong for how she tried to mess up BK and Sierra's relationship, and how she had sent that thread saying that he was trying to mess with her. And then Pooh admits to it, yeah, he was trying to mess with me or whatever, you know, and she talks about this open relationship, blase, blase, okay? And then we end up on the fact to where she says that Karlie Red messed up her sheets that were $750, and so she wants her to pay for those sheets. And I'm thinking, listen here, sister, why do we have to keep talking? Where are your receipts? This girl is saying it didn't happen. You are saying it did happen. It's coming off as the person that just wants to start some shit with no receipts, and we can't take you serious in this day and age, honey. We need to see some receipts. If you're going to say something happened, we just can't take your word for it. Especially when the girl is saying it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, just stop. That's crazy and it's embarrassing to you. And the fact that you're trying to fight her, and Karlie Red is just soaking all this up because she really doesn't like you anyway, y'all. And that is how this episode ended. Go ahead, get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know what you think about me doing the full review, actually, y'all. I actually did a play-by-play. I'm a little bit proud of myself, but I think I got a little bit more time because I'm not doing T.I. and Tiny's Family Hustle today. All right. So, like I said, go ahead, get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about it. And until next time, y'all.
Yeah, low key and maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.